Welcome to another angle. Today's guest is Jaymie, a recently qualified personal trainer who's been on her journey for fitness and diet for some time. So Jaymie, welcome to Right Angle.
Thank you.
I just wanted to really get to start this to know a little bit more about yourself. So how do you describe yourself? Who is Jaymie?
So I'm Jaymie. I come from an IT background, actually. I worked in IT for about 10, 15 years. After having my children, I stopped completely, worked in my own pharmacy that I have, and then from there developed into exercise, nutrition, going along my own journey into health and fitness, and qualified as a PT during COVID last year. And then from there, online coaching. So it's just been really on Instagram, clients enrolling through Instagram, online coaching. And yeah, just kind of trying to get my name out there now. And I think it's so important, especially for women. So I am mainly targeting women aged over 30, between 30 and 55, who want to just basically get movement into their life, daily movement, be fitter, healthier, and introduce a good nutrition plan.
Amazing. So tell me, like, you started your journey into the health and fitness during COVID. But what was it that made you say, okay, you know what, today is the day, I've been thinking about this for some time. I'm just switching over now. I'm going to the other side. So what was that thing or that?
I think it's my own personal experience. With my own personal experience going through health and fitness, I knew it was time for myself to change when I was out actually shopping one day and I couldn't fit into any clothes. And it made me realise how hard it actually is for women who have had children to get into a good routine with their lifestyle and habits. So what made me go into personal training was from my own experience, who helped me, my own personal trainer who helped me through life and changing my lifestyle. I want to help other women and just the general population in changing, because it comes from motivation and self-confidence as well. And I love helping people, so
Amazing.
That's what made me change.
So I want to ask you a question. For young professionals, as I said, in the 30s, young moms who just had their children, what would your advice be? Would it be like wait till your children are like 5, 6 years old, get to school, and then you can start focusing on yourself? Or do you think they would be able to find time, perhaps from the very beginning, to actually incorporate that type of lifestyle into their busy routine?
So I understand everyone's busy. Everyone has a busy lifestyle. But to exercise, you only need 30 minutes a day. And I'm sure you have 30 minutes a day. I mean, we can spend 30 minutes a day going to the pub, going out, socializing with friends, doing something which doesn't really affect us in a good way to do with our future. And I think everyone can give 30 minutes a day, to give to yourself. It's your time and you're doing it for your body, for your mind and well-being. When someone comes to me and says they don't have time, but they want a magic pill to lose weight, that's not how it's going to happen. It will take time and consistency, and you've got to bear with it. So I would advise not to wait till your child is 5 or 6 or 10, because there will never be a right time to start. As soon as you're ready to get into a routine and change your lifestyle and exercise could even mean walking for 30 minutes. And I'm sure everyone has 30 minutes for a walk a day.
It sometimes feels like it's the motivation,
It is.
It's like actually your mindset that needs to really be programmed first before you actually set out a plan and say that I'm going to start
Definitely is,
this
and I think a
tomorrow.
lot of people have lost motivation during COVID, whereas when they've just been working from home and stuck to a chair and a desk, and just getting out for that 30-minute walk, it's quite hard for a lot of people. And I know for a lot of people, mental health has affected, their time, but I'm the kind of person who can motivate someone, and I will even go for a walk with a client. I used to do face-to-face training once COVID allowed, and I used to go for walks with my clients just to get them out of the house and just for them to have their headspace.
Yeah. My wife is now 6 months pregnant.
Oh, congratulations.
We're expecting our baby in due course, and she's been telling me about like her plans to actually start exercising the moment the baby comes out. Like it's just a matter of for me now, it's just looking at this and thinking, okay, what could you give an advice for someone who's expecting a baby? How could they motivate themselves? Because they say after you have a child, apparently usually have the blues, for some time.
Yeah.
So how can someone navigate that and just like...
So I advise, even through pregnancy, don't stop exercising. So I advise her to go for her walks daily. There is no actual rule that you can't exercise when you're pregnant. You can still lift weights, you can still walk, you can still get on the treadmill, you can still cycle. You can do quite a lot of exercise as long as your GP and health provider is okay with it. But yeah, and you speak to a personal trainer who has been trained and qualified. Do not go to any, one on Instagram or sign up with anyone because you don't want to injure yourself or affect the baby in any way as well. But exercising during pregnancy is very important as well. It's good for your hormones, keeps you happy. You'll be in a different state of mind when exercising. So I would advise her to exercise while pregnant and 6 weeks after giving birth to get back into that routine slowly. Some women do go through the blues after having babies, but it doesn't last long. And as long as you've got your family and friends around you and that motivation, she'll be fine.
Yeah. No, certainly. So tell me about your journey now. So you've made the decision, during COVID, I'm gonna become fit, I'm gonna learn about everything there is to learn about, and I'm gonna get my qualifications. What kept you in this zone? What kept you with this mindset? Is it the result that you start seeing? Is it your career aspirations, perhaps?
Yeah, it was a handful of things actually. So I have quite a lot of friends who are in the same field as me as well. So I'm always in touch with them. They help me out. Fitness, personal training, nutrition there's never a stop to learning. It's always ongoing. Learning's always there for the rest of your career. There are so many courses you can learn on fitness and nutrition. And once you're a personal trainer, you can branch out into different areas like pre and postnatal training, training women or men with obesity, training people with mental health issues. So there's never a stop. And that's what when I started my journey, I had that in mind as I want to learn more and progress more in my career as well. So I suppose when I started, I knew that it wasn't going to be, okay, I'm going to be a personal trainer and that's it. Already when I have clients now, there are specific areas, because everyone's different, and everyone has different goals. There are specific areas where I want to branch out into and I know where I want to go. So women, pre-pregnancy is one of my areas that I want to go into, and also obesity, training people with obesity. And
you're focusing on female, on women. Is there a specific, is it because you find there is perhaps an area that hasn't been served as it should? I think there are a lot of male personal trainers out there. And I feel that female clients are looking for more female personal trainers and nutritionists because we understand the female body a bit more. Personal experience as well from me, I used to have 2 or 3 male personal trainers in the past and it didn't work for me. I just found that they wanted to train me the way they want to build themselves, and it's very hard. And I do find it very difficult when male personal trainers train females. You just find the training program is totally different. So I think when female clients approach you, they're approaching you for a reason, because they are approaching you with kind of putting 100% into you, and they're thinking that yes, you understand the female body and you know how to train them. So that's something I want to give them. And sometimes they say it's also about the rapport that you build with the PT. Like when you trust the PT to be knowledgeable, and the PT also trusts you to deliver on what they're actually spending the time and the effort, and actually it gives someone an extra motivation to actually get things. Yeah, so I don't really see myself as a PT when I'm training my clients, and I don't think they see me as a PT either. They see me more as a friend. Yeah. Because we have that bond. I mean, and in an hour session, we could go through talking about what they did over the weekend, what their plans are this week, and they actually don't realise that we've just done an hour session of exercising at the end of it. And they have that. We have that special bond and communication where they can also contact me throughout the day, help them with their food, motivate them to go for This is so interesting, because I can tell you from my observation, I go to the gym every single morning. You know, I attend the morning sessions, and in the gym I don't have a PT, but
Yeah.
I see the PTs that are actually in on the floor with clients, and it always marveled me how one single PT who's always busy every single day he is with a new client.
Yeah.
You know, while there are other PTs who you might find them like today with a client, next week with a client, perhaps another month with a client, but this guy, this PT guy, he's always talking with them. You know,
That's the way.
you see him like just speaking with his clients. They are always laughing. They're always, you know, they're exercising. You know, but it doesn't feel like an exercise,
Yeah.
and I feel this is his secret. I guess.
Exercise is meant to be fun.
Yeah.
For your client. So it
they
shouldn't be
come
something
back, you know,
exactly.
yeah.
It shouldn't be something where they see you this morning and they don't want to come back for your next
Mm.
session. They're dreading it or they keep cancelling. That's not something you want. You want to make their routine fun, their program fun, and something that they can do. You don't want them coming in and you're going to tell them on the first set, right, you need to lift 20 kg.
Mm.
And if they can't, you're going to force them to do it and then they injure themselves. That's
Mm.
not what personal training is about, right? They've got to start off slow and build themselves up. And it should be a fun way of building up as well. They should
Yeah.
enjoy it.
Yeah. It's a very crowded market. You know, what are your plans on how you're going to differentiate yourself? So you've mentioned that you want to build that kind of, you're already doing this with your existing clients. Are there any kind of advice that you would give to other PTs, let's say, that are actually embarking on this journey from your own experience so far?
So, well, it depends because some PTs want to work in a gym and go straight into the gym floor, and other PTs actually just want to stay online and online coaching. So I think online coaching is going, is the way the world is going.
Do you think
right
so?
now.
It has. It was on the rise during the pandemic, but do you think it actually kicked off as some people have been thinking that it would?
Definitely, because with online coaching, it can be a mix. So your personal trainer can give you a program which you can go and do in the gym yourselves, but you have to prove that you've done it. So you will have to prove that you've done the exercises, maybe record yourself doing a few sets, and that you get given a chart so you can fill in all your reps and progress. And also, another way of online coaching is Zoom classes, which is what I do.
With
So
group
I actu-
sessions, yeah.
Yeah, so I actually train with my clients on Zoom. And I think a lot of women who I train as well, and I have a few males, they prefer seeing me and training with them. So even if I give them a program, some of them won't follow it because
Yeah.
they're not. They need someone to push them, right?
They
As you
want to
said,
have that
these
human interaction sometimes, you know,
Exactly.
that face to face, that kind of, it doesn't put a pressure on the person to perform, but it actually gives them sometimes the assurance that I'm doing it right.
Yeah.
There's someone overlooking
It's the
exactly
form, yeah.
every muscle, every yeah.
Exactly. You want to make sure that their form is correct and they're not going to injure themselves. And they are feeling it where they should be feeling it, right?
Yeah.
So if I'm giving them a leg exercise, I don't want them to feel it in their shoulders
Yeah.
and they might injure themselves. So yeah, at the moment I do Zoom classes, but it's different for every PT. So if you are a personal trainer or new personal trainer or at the moment training to be a personal trainer, everyone's different. It's how you want to do it. I mean, I would advise start off with face-to-face. Also, a lot of general population do like home visits. They don't like going to the gym. This is what I find. They
Depends
feel
on
very
your client and
intimidated.
your
Yeah.
type, yeah.
Some females feel very intimidated going into a gym, just walking to the gym floor where the weights are,
Yeah.
because it's full of bodybuilders, and people don't know what to actually do there. So you could start off with how I started face to face. So I was doing home visits during COVID and face to face visits where I had all my equipment in the car, and they liked that. And it's the personal touch, I think.
Yeah. No, that makes a lot of sense, and I see there's a lot of because we work with a lot of PTs, you know, and a lot of them, we see them nowadays are doing a mix.
Yeah.
They have their online channels. They're already signed up to some other platforms like Fit or some other kind
Yeah.
of platforms, and still they run their own group sessions in person. You know, you'd find them hiring a venue. They are advertising for those tickets. People coming
Exactly,
in. They
yeah.
are turning it into not a workout session, but more like kind of a high intensity nightclub session. You know,
Yeah.
you find it with the lightning, with the sounds, with the music, with the DJs coming in the background. You know, it's taking quite a completely unique and different shift.
But that's what
these
people
days.
like, right?
Yeah.
It's fun and it's meant to be enjoyable.
Yeah, exactly.
Park sessions, boot camps, and I think group training works as well
Yeah.
with the that population of the 35 to 45-year-olds, because they also like to socialise and meet other people who are in the same boat as them.
Yeah, exactly.
So group training is another one which I'm doing as well. Park sessions now, the weather's nice.
Yeah. This is one of the things that we've realized literally just before the pandemic, and we just started on it with a fitness class where we were inviting our clients and our users to participate in one of two classes, either a power incline class, which is kind of high intensity training. Another one is endurance incline, which
Yeah.
is more towards the kind of endurance type of exercises. And people loved it, when you actually get people tell them, okay, based on your genetics, you're more power inclined, come and join this class. They come in with more energy, with more kind of enthusiasm to actually,
Yeah.
explore that full potential that they have inside them in an exercise, even though they would just like be completely knackered by the end of it.
Yeah.
But they feel that they actually did something that is suitable, is quite relevant to them, and within a group that is also shares the similar type of makeup.
Yeah, and I think it's a mindset as well. I mean, once they've been tested and they know what they're able to do and achieve, I think they're ready to come in and go for it.
Yeah. No, it's really exciting, really interesting. So you've mentioned some things about the testing, and how some of the PTs are actually moving towards, especially yourself. I think you mentioned that you would want to take your clients towards that route of blood testing. Why? Why is that?
So recently, I went through a bit of a dip in my health a few months ago, and I had surgery, and I've been on, well, what I thought was a clean diet, but I recently read up on about blood groups and how specific foods, if you avoid them, if you're a certain blood group, can help you with your digestive system and your health and boost you. So I kind of decided to have my bloods done and find out what my blood group was and then read up on it. And there were so many foods that I was having, which I shouldn't be having, according to this book. And it can actually make a difference in my performance, my exercise, how I'm feeling daily, my hormones give me a boost. So I've been following it for a few weeks now, and I see the difference internally and physically, straight away within a few days. So it's just simple things like avoiding dairy, swapping certain foods, like swapping sugar to honey, which I've done anyway, but avoiding some nuts and seeds because they just don't suit your digestive system. It's hard for you to digest and tolerate. And since I've had my surgery and moved to this diet, I've seen a massive difference. And I think it really is important. The other reason why I think it's important as well, as I'm aiming towards women aged 30 and towards the 55 mark, we go through menopause. So our bodies change between 45 and 55. We kind of start shutting down. Our reproductive organs start shutting down. And it's very important to be on a good nutritional diet, avoid foods which your body is not suited to, and exercise daily. Our bones become weaker. So it is very, very important for women to get into that routine. Otherwise, you will fall into illnesses later on in life. And it's all about, if you don't want to do it for yourself, do it for your children, your grandchildren, right?
Yeah, no, I completely understand and I completely agree with you. I think there is a lot of need for people to be more in the light,
Yeah, just to be aware.
Yeah.
Because, okay, there's so many things that we eat. Maybe we do have problems internally, and we go to the doctors, and the doctors prescribe us medication. Now, do you really want to have that medication for the rest of your life if you don't need to, and if you can get rid of it naturally?
As soon as because you're saying that yourself, like with your in your household, there's a pharmacist yourself. You've worked in a pharmacy, so have you had people coming through the pharmacy and saying like, what, I'm having those issues, can you prescribe me with something, or can you just give me something that would help me smooth this digestive problem that I'm having?
So we have a lot of patients. Our pharmacy is in a community where there's a lot of Asians in that area, in Kingsbury, NW9. So we have a lot of patients who are on diabetic medication, cholesterol, blood pressure, and they're on regular medication. And we're finding out that there are more youngsters who are being prescribed these medications as well, due to their unhealthy lifestyle, sitting at a desk all day, no movement, no activity, and it's going to build up, and especially if your diet is wrong. So we don't have patients coming in saying, you know, can you prescribe me? But the doctors have already prescribed them and put them on these tablets for life. Now, I have one client who started training with me in September last year, diabetic, on medication, like on a high dose of medication. Come January this year, her diabetes is reversing.
Oh, wow.
Because I put her on a nutrition plan suited to her, and she exercises with me every other day, and then she does her own.
Lifestyle medicine is becoming on the rise, and social prescribing as well. There's all these things. They say they are trains, they're fast, but they're never.
No.
They've always been there, and they will always remain. You know, and it's really interesting to see those coming to life. You know, with real case studies of people that have transferred. I would love to see this as a case study on your social media. You know,
Yeah.
and to get that whole perspective from the end user
Exactly.
themselves.
I mean, it's
to see
amazing.
it.
Why would you want to be on medication for life when you can reverse it naturally?
Exactly.
Just
And it
by
would make you
swapping
feel
foods.
better as well.
Yeah.
Doing it throughout the process.
And she feels amazing.
Yeah.
I mean, she's gone past her goal weight that she wanted to lose, and she's totally changed her lifestyle and habits.
Yeah. It's fascinating. People sometimes they just miss the whole idea of how useful this could be. You know, they think it might just be for a good body or just to look nice, but in fact, you know, you're giving your body a service, you know.
Exactly.
At the end of the day. But fantastic. Thank you very much, Jaymie.
Thank you.
To be honest with you, it was a great pleasure to speak with you. I think following your journey or learning about your journey from the outset has been absolutely inspirational. What are your plans for the future? What are you planning for next?
So I would like to take this blood testing, blood group type testing further, and kind of just get the word out there to clients and just to the general population who do have health problems or feeling unwell. And I just basically would just want to help.
Fantastic. And for anyone who's wondering how they can find you, how they can follow you on social media, what are your tags, what are your handles?
Yeah, so my Instagram is Jaymie_PT. Please give me a follow. And I'm only on Instagram at the moment, not Facebook. And that's it.
More than enough.
Yes, I think that's
Fantastic.
enough.
It was a great pleasure having
Thank
you,
you
Jaymie.
for
Thank
having
you
me.
very
Lovely
much.
to
And
meet you.
thank you guys for listening. Till next time with another angle. Take care, and we'll be with you shortly. Thanks.
Thank you.